Hello, I love wrestling, and welcome back to the Pro Wrestling Mayhem channel. Today, I'm talking about WWF Superstars from April 18th, 1992. We are welcomed to the show by Vince McMahon. The show is taking place in Kalamazoo, Michigan at the Wings Stadium. Vince McMahon says it's just in time for Easter and gives his co-host, Mr. Perfect, a Easter basket. He announced that Money Inc., Bret Hart, and Texas Tornado, Legion of Doom, and there will be a special interview with the Ultimate Warrior. We go straight to the ring for a match with the Legion of Doom. They come out with their manager, Paul Ellering. Their opponents are Barry Hardy and Dwayne Gill. The Legion of Doom manhandle their opponents. We then go to a picture-in-picture promo with the Beverly Brothers with the Genius. Blake says, "You guys with your caved-in chests, skinny arms, and dumb haircuts." And then Bo says, "Don't forget that stupid paint." Then says, "Who are we really talking about here? Two big sissies." Genius then says, "That goes for you too, Ellering." We then go to the rest of the bout. They beat him down some more, and then they give Barry Hardy a doomsday device. We then go to an update with Mean Gene Okerlund. Gene Okerlund says that the pictures that were sent by Ric Flair with Miss Elizabeth are fake, and because the Macho Man sent the real photos, and it was actually he, the Macho Man, with Miss Elizabeth. They then show a clip from WrestleMania 8 where Ric Flair kissed Miss Elizabeth, and then Miss Elizabeth slapped him. And then after that, Savage attacked him. Okerlund then says he wouldn't want to be in Ric Flair's boots. We are then reminded that later on we will see a special interview with the Ultimate Warrior. We then go to the ring where we see the Repo Man take on a wrestler in red tights. Repo Man gave the guy a catapult under the bottom rope, right in the throat, 2 times. Repo Man then choked him and then did the catapult again into the ropes for the win. Yes, that's all he did in that match. Repo Man then put the rope around his neck and dragged him around the ring. We then go to Sean Mooney, who says that Repo Man should watch out for the Big Boss Man. The Big Boss Man then cuts a promo. Big Boss Man says he's added a bunch of names to his wanted list. He says he's all about law, order, and justice. Sean Mooney then throws it to the model, Rick Martel. Rick Martel says, "Do it like the model and you'll be a winner." He then says he's really busy these days because he's getting calls from all over. He says, "Europe, Canada, United States, everybody wants to know what the model will be wearing this spring." He then says, "I'm a trendsetter and everybody is looking to the model as to what to wear and what not to wear." He then says that in the WWF, the model is here to stay. We then see a vignette of Nails. It starts with a shot of some cells. Nails then says, "It's an eye for an eye, a life for a life, and when I get out of here, the rules will still apply." We then go to the ring where Bret Hart is going to take on Tom Bennett. Bret Hart beats down his opponent, and then we go to a picture-in-picture promo with Shawn Michaels and Sherry. Shawn Michaels says the title has been tainted, but he's going to shine it up. Hart puts on the sharpshooter for the submission win. We then go back to Sean Mooney, who says that the contenders for the Intercontinental Championship is are piling up, like this man, the Mountie. We see the Mountie with Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart says that the Mountie has got it all. He's handsome, he's brave, and he's strong. The Mountie says it's time for a new wave. It's time for the Mountie. Says he'll be the champion again, and to keep an eye on him because he's got a surprise. We then go to the Bushwhackers cutting a promo. I have no idea what Butch said because he was talking so fast. We then go to a Crush vignette. He's standing outside in full wrestling gear in front of a brick wall, not a brick wall, but a cement wall that says Crush spray painted on it. And he said, ever since I was a little kid, I like to crush things. And then he then says, what would a 6'7", 320-pound guy crush? Or something like that. I don't really remember, but it was quite the vignette. We then go to the ring for a Berzerker squash. His opponent is Mark Roberts. We go to a picture-in-picture promo with Mr. Fuji, and Mr. Fuji says that that the Berzerker challenges the Undertaker. He says, Undertaker and Paul Bearer, you'll be cremated. The Berzerker eventually gets the win. We then go back to Gene Okerlund. He is with a bunch of kids with their face painted like the Warrior. They show the Warrior returning at WrestleMania 8, where he ran down that super long aisleway. He says, Warrior says that he couldn't sit back and watch Papa Shango and Sid beat up Hogan. Okerlund says that Sid hit him with a chair and he had to pay the price. So Warrior says there's no paying a price. There's no price too big to pay when helping Hulk Hogan. Says, Sid, these are my warriors, and without them I'd have no power. We then go to the ring where we see Red Tyler take on the model Rick Martel. Model hits a nice drop kick and then puts him in a Boston Crab for the submission win. We then go to Texas Tornado in a picture-in-picture promo. He says that he's back and he's glad to be back. He beat his opponent down some more and then finished him off with a discus punch. We see a Body Stars television promo with Vince McMahon, and it ended with their famous quote, "You gotta want it." Up next is Money Inc., Ted DiBiase, and IRS. Their opponents are Jim Powers and Buck Zumhofe. IRS then grabs the microphone and says, if you ask for an extension on your taxes, that doesn't give you an excuse to cheat on them, because cheating on your taxes is illegal. We then go to a picture-in-picture promo with Typhoon and Earthquake, the natural disasters. Typhoon says that Money Inc. left the match like a bunch of cowarding dogs, and Earthquake says next time you'll be moving faster because you won't have the weight of your tag team belts. $1 Million Man puts on the $1 Million Dream for the win. We then go to Sean Mooney, who throws it to a promo for the Rocket, Owen Hart. Owen Hart says he's taking off in the World Wrestling Federation and he'll take on anybody because he's a winner, not a loser. We then go to a Papa Shango promo. Papa Shango says, how many people know Papa Shango? How many people know voodoo? And then he says, Papa Shango is voodoo. And says, WWF Superstars. can't really do his voice very well, but he says, WWF Superstars, be be wary, because you won't be thinking, you won't be dreaming of good dreams. You'll be dreaming of Papa Shango. Then go to The Undertaker and Paul Bear. Paul Bear says, next week you'll pay the price. The Undertaker says, you'll face your destiny and your death in the same day. Go to Mr. Fuji and the Berzerker. Berzerker says, I'm gonna stomp you into the dust. They say that we'll see Sergeant Slaughter, Shawn Michaels, Sid in a special interview, and what else? Ric Flair, and then we'll also see The Undertaker taking on the Berzerker. So that was the WWF Superstars April 18th, 1992 edition. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. It's all good. And I'll be back later with another video.